Hi, it's Scott, ROCKFILE, back with another podcast review to talk about the 2015 film, The Wave. This movie blew me away the first time. A little bit of a slow burn, but aren't all disaster movies a bit of a slow burn? Takes forever to learn all the characters, and then the epic event happens. Well, this movie's pretty much divided in half. First half, know the characters. Second half, put them through hell. The Wave, this 2015 film, had a $6 million budget, made almost $13 million. It failed to be nominated for the 80th Academy Awards, but it was the official Norway submission for the Academy Awards Best Foreign Language Film of that year. The director went on to make 2 Troll movies and a Tomb Raider movie. The producers went on to make a sequel called The Quake, and then another movie called The Burning Sea. I own all 3. Why I'm reviewing this, I did review this a long time ago, so if you want to go reference that one, I'm not going to get heavily into the film. It's more to just kind of say, if you missed this, you need to watch it. We are introduced to a character who's retiring. He's been working with some scientists who watch mountains. They're looking for any kind of signs that the mountains are going to break loose, because that would mean terrible tsunamis and stuff for the towns below in the fjords and such. He's retiring from this position, but going to the big city. They have a little retirement party at the beginning. We're introduced to his family, his wife, the 2 daughters. Wife runs the hotel in town, one of the hotels. It's a tourist attraction in Norway. Now, the big deal for me as a home video fan is that this Blu-ray has a Dolby Atmos soundtrack on it. And for the first time, I could actually fully appreciate the Dolby Atmos. It's Norwegian, so you're going to have to watch it with subtitles, because the English dub, which, by the way, gets terrible reviews, is only in like 5.1. The Dolby Atmos is incredible. For a 2015 film, amazed by that. And it's on a pretty well-encoded Blu-ray. I watched it, of course, up-converted to my 4K, and it looked great. Looked and sounded great like a modern film, even though it's 11 years old. I think the acting is fantastic in it. Yes, they're all speaking Norwegian, but you can still, it's a lot of looks and stoic stances and things. My girlfriend put it best as we're watching the film. I really like the vibe of this movie. Yeah, it's got that vibe because you know something's coming. The movie opens with a little bit of history on the last time there was a giant tsunami, almost 100 years ago. The movie plays out kind of like you expect, but there are some twists and turns, and some things that happen in the film are a little bit more heavy because you got to know the characters in the first part. It's really only about an hour and 45 minutes long. It's not too long at all. If you like this movie, I highly recommend the sequel. I've heard people complain about both of these movies. I'm sorry. I think Hollywood needs to go back to making these kind of movies. You got real characters you care about in the first half of the film, and then they're put through hell during the second half. Are they going to survive? Who's going to survive? And how is this all going to work out? Because it's pretty epic, and the second movie only goes even further. Now, the producers made a third movie that doesn't have the same characters, but watching this one now, after watching The Burning Sea recently, there's a similar nature to all of them. They're good disaster films because they set up some great characters in some interesting situations, and then all hell breaks loose. Isn't that what you kind of want in a blockbuster? Not a blockbuster, a $6 million budget that went on to make $12 million, but for a Norwegian film, that's huge. So rewatching it on Blu-ray, this Magnolia US release that I've had for years, both of these movies come with slip covers that show you kind of before and after shots of the movie, both The Wave and The Quake. And I like both of the movies. I'm about to rewatch The Quake now that I've rewatched The Wave. Just good acting, good cinematography. It really does look fantastic. And then when all hell breaks loose, it looks real. They've done a great job with the film. I always like watching it. Before I popped it in, I said something like, man, I wish this would get a 4K release, but you got Dolby Atmos and you got a really good encoded Blu-ray. I don't think it needs a 4K, but yes, I would upgrade if it ever becomes available in the United States. I don't know that I would import it because, like I said, this Dolby Atmos soundtrack is pretty darn great. So if you haven't checked out The Wave from 2015, highly recommend watching it in Norwegian Dolby Atmos. deal with the subtitles. It doesn't have that much dialogue anyway. And the movie is fantastic. Love it. Can't wait to rewatch the sequel. Pick it up. It's available now. Pretty cheap these days. I'm Scott. I'm ROCKFILE. More podcasts are on the way. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a spectacular day.